Welcome to this practice called Back Trouble, based on the book Back Trouble and the Alexander Technique. So if you are having some back pain that's just suddenly a flare, of course you need to seek medical advice. But if this is something that a little bit of movement could help, I invite you to join me. Of course, that any kind of back pain and back trouble usually points out to a larger pattern of misuse. And if we want to find a long-term solution to back pain, we want to address this whole pattern. In any case, today I will give you some safe practices that you can do to bring yourself into balance and less strain in your back. So let's get started, and to begin, we are going to start lying on our backs in semi-supine or constructive rest position. So I am going to bring my book over here. So you want to use 1 or 2 books for your back. And sitting sideways, you're going to come down the side and onto your back. Here you are, constructive rest position. Beautiful way to bring some balance into your back immediately. And you can stay here for as long as you'd like. 20 minutes is a wonderful length of time for the discs between your vertebrae to recover their sponginess. So here you are, just taking a few moments to breathe. So feel free to just stay here for as long as you like. And the book behind your head is going to allow the nice relationship between head, neck, and spine. You don't want your head to be dropping back or to be too far pushed forward, so you might need more or less height depending on that comfort for you. And now we're going to think about engaging our belly button down towards our spine. So it's a very gentle, just dropping of the belly down towards the back of the spine. And I'm still able to breathe. Inhale and dropping. So breath is once again going to be so crucial to bring freedom and release into all of our body, but especially our back. So as you're inhaling, you're allowing expansion, and as you're exhaling, we're going to drop the belly down. And you're going to inhale, and now I want you to think of breathing all the way down towards your hips. And exhale and drop. Breathing all the way down to your feet if you can. Just think of breathing all the way down to your feet. And exhale. And I hope that this is bringing some ease into your back. And one last time, and inhale and exhale. Now I'm going to really, with all my awareness, bring some strength and some tone, some muscle tone into my abdomen. And dropping the belly down, I'm going to float my right knee up. And then I'm going to bring it down. And then once again, dropping the belly down, neck is nice and soft, and exhale, and float it up. And then you're gonna gently bring it down. Inhale, and as you exhale, dropping and engaging, and bring it up, and down, and one last time. Inhale, exhale, floating the knee up, and down. Beautiful. Keeping this engagement, let's slide the right leg down the floor and stretch the heel away. And we're going to gently bring the left arm, inhaling arm up, only as far as is comfortable for your shoulder. It's okay if it doesn't reach the floor, that's fine. Inhale, and on an exhale, I'm gonna think my knee floats up and my arm comes down. On an exhale, one fluid movement that does itself. Exhale, coming back up. And switching sides, you're gonna allow the left leg to lengthen down, heel away. Inhaling the right arm up, only as far as is comfortable. Inhale and exhale and bring it all back in. And let's do that once again with coordination between arm and leg. So I'm gonna bring my hands down and I'm gonna take left arm above my head. Inhaling, lengthen, 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 lengthen. And exhale, and everything comes back, sliding back. And other side, and inhale, lengthening away, lengthen, beautiful, breathe. And then just think your knee up and bring yourself back up. Very nice. Okay, so now we're gonna get ready to come off the floor. I'm going to turn my head to the side, and then I'm going to bring all of my body to the side and gently rolling to the side and bringing myself to my hands and knees. And I'm going to put my book to one side. Then I'm gonna think about keeping the length of my spine. So I'm looking towards the floor, so there's no need to look at the camera. If you can just, at your computer or whatever you're looking at this video on, you don't need to see. You can just listen to the instructions because it's gonna be very easy. All we're gonna do is think our back lengthening and widening, our top of your head is just moving away from the pelvis. And then if it's comfortable for your knees, I want you to take yourself into a crawl. And crawling is going to be a wonderful way to bring a little bit of softness and ease into the lower back. And I'm walking myself back, a few steps back. I'm going to avoid shortening the spine as I'm doing this or swinging too much from side to side. I'm going to think my head is going in that direction forward as I crawl forwards. Do it as slow as you need to so that you notice if you have any kind of habitual pattern of straining your shoulders or your neck or your hips. Bringing yourself back to center, and as you're here, you can roll yourself gently back and forth, feeling hips and shoulders softening. And then let's drop down and bring your forehead down towards the floor and breathe towards your back. If this is not comfortable, then definitely place a block here for your forehead. And you can also sit on a cushion if you're not comfortable sitting, kneeling in this way. So here you are. And now let's bring our elbows slightly in. You can think your back is lengthening away. So this should feel wonderful on your neck, on your cervical spine, and your whole back. So just play around with it a little bit. If I drop my head, then I kind of have nowhere to feel that sense of my whole spine. And if I pull up, then I feel strain. But there's this one place where I just feel amazing length. And my neck releases. And then I'm also noticing, am I straining in my shoulders? So I breathe and I allow my shoulders to widen. They're soft. And I can imagine as if I had eyes on the crown of my head that are lengthening my spine out. And breathe. And from here, I'm going to slide my hands gently forward.
And I'm in this kind of curious position where now I'm on my forearms and knees. And as I'm here, I'm going to ask myself, can I do less with my shoulders? Can I do less with my hips? And can I allow my back to keep lengthening? And perhaps I'll be able to, again, swing back and forth very gently, thinking of bringing softness and ease into hips and shoulders. Breathing. And now I'm going to invite you, if this is okay for your knees, to take yourself on a little crawl in from your forearms. So it's a little bit tricky, but it's also just such a nice practice for the back. So you can just take a few steps forward and then a few steps back. Bringing yourself back towards the center at some point. And breathe. And at this point, at least my neck feels like it really lengthened out. I feel like my whole back feels just much more integrated. So that's the idea. And then I'm going to bring myself back. If it's comfortable, you can come up onto your knees. And we're going to start getting up. So bringing your hands down on the floor, your feet on the floor. If you are able to bring yourself with your knees up here, then this would be wonderful. This might not be possible right now. You might need to hold on to a chair or something else to make it a little bit easier to get up. But if you're able to be here, even if you have to put your hands on blocks or anything else to give you a little bit more stability, that's fine. And then I'm thinking of keeping my head going up, my heels going down, and I just bring myself up. And so here I am standing, and as I'm standing, we can do a little bit of a practice again with some core strength, and that'll help you feel just a little more stable in your spine, so you can think of bringing your belly in and sending the tips of your fingers down and your head up without locking your knees. Nice. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go onto the wall. We're going to do a really nice back release on the wall. So you want to find a bare wall that you can go to. Okay, so we're going to start by standing a little bit away from the wall. I bring 1 foot distance from the wall. I bring myself 1 foot distance from the wall. And then very gently, my hands are gonna help me bring myself gently back onto the wall. So I just want you to notice what's going on without trying to fix anything, right? So you might notice, oh my goodness, there's a huge gap here, or not. You know, it might not be the case for you, but this is a very common pattern. So just let it be for now. We're just gonna let the back be and do whatever it is doing. And let's now allow our knees to gently come forward. And maybe bring my feet a little bit more further away. And you want to be just really gentle with your knees. So there's no need to come further down. Just come as far down as is really comfortable for you. And as you are here, we're going to start breathing again. And let's start breathing all the way down to the hips. And there's also no need to push your head back against the wall, because that'll put a little bit of strain on your neck. So because of my hair, it looks as if I was leaning on the wall, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna let my neck be free, and I'm thinking my head's going up. My knees are nice and soft, and I'm breathing all the way down into my hips. And I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to exhale, and gently I'm going to think of bringing a little bit of tone into my abdomen, but it's very gentle. I'm not
pushing. I'm just breathing into my back. I'm just thinking of lengthening and widening my back. Of course, come out of this if you need to, if it's too much for your knees, for your legs, but perhaps your legs will start to get stronger as you do this practice more and more. And I can tell my back is now lengthening more and more. I'm not pushing it against the wall. It's just allowing it to happen, allowing my back to lengthen and widen as I breathe. And you might notice that this standing position, you're pretty much also in the semi-supine constructive rest position we started in. So, beautiful way to lengthen out your back and breathe. And then you can place your hands on the wall, and this is so you don't push your head forward as you come off the wall. So I use my hands on the wall to bring my weight back onto my feet. So now your back should feel pretty nice and long. And now as we lengthen the legs, we're going to feel as if perhaps we don't finish standing. It's not that I want you to keep your knees bent, but I don't want you to lock them and bring yourself back into your habitual arch. So perhaps you're going to feel as if you're not quite done standing, but that's just a feeling because most of us are walking around with locked knees and arched backs. And so just bring yourself gently and softly up. And we're going to do that again. So I'm going to bring myself back onto the wall. And as I bend my knees, are you starting to notice a little bit more length and width in your back? Is there a larger surface of your back against the wall? I hope so. And breathe. Of course, come out of this if this is too much for your knees, for your legs, but there shouldn't be any strain. As I'm breathing, I'm allowing any excess tension to just travel all the way down towards my feet. And breathe. And now we're going to do something with our arms. We're going to float our arms up, but I don't want you to change anything in your back. So what I'm going to avoid is letting my back arch as I bring my arms up. So I'm only going to bring them as far up as I can keep my back nice and long against the wall. And breathing here. And it's fine if your arms don't reach the wall, that's okay. So avoiding, pushing your ribs out. We're really just bringing stability and length into your back. That's our main objective today. So no need to strain. Beautiful. And bring your hands down. And then using your hands on the wall, again, so you don't pull from your head, but you use your hands on the wall to bring yourself back onto your feet. And pause and breathe. And as you lengthen your legs, you're going to avoid locking those knees and see if you're able to keep yourself in this beautiful upright position, which might feel a little unfamiliar. But something that feels unfamiliar is not necessarily wrong, right? Because our habits have made those postures and those habitual movements that are actually not so great for us. Those feel right because we're used to them. And this might feel new and unfamiliar. And I would like you to take a little walk and just perhaps enjoy a little bit of more freedom, of ease as you take a little walk around. And I hope that this practice has brought some ease and freedom into your back. So I really encourage you to take a look at your daily habits, what it is that you're doing, because we might spend, this is a short practice, a short amount of time together, and this might bring some relief, but what's happening all the other 23 hours of the day, and you should see what just happened behind the cameras. Everybody here was thinking about lengthening their spine. I saw them, so that might be happening to you too. And thank you. Namaste. I hope that this was helpful for you.